Now, I come back with the 2024 Term 1 task, General Ledger. And the 2024, I'm giving that Royal Structures Ltd. Royal Structures Ltd is a company that manufactures trailers, mobile houses, and mobile offices. You are one of the 3 junior accountants who have been recently employed by the company. The chief accountant, Nozimia, has instructed you to use the information provided in their financial records to prepare a section of the financial report. You are expected to report on the equity, retained earnings, liability to SARS, and distribution of profit for the year ended 30 June 2023. I'm required in your report the ledger account provided below. The report will be submitted to the board of directors. 1.1 ordinary share capital, 1.1.2 retain income, point 3 SARS income tax, point 4 appropriation account. Information below. The following appeared in the list of balances on 1st July 2022. Ordinary share capital, 50,000 of the shares. I had 50,000. 50,000? No, 500,000. I had 500,000 shares. On 1st July, my financial year ended when? 1st July, okay. When did my financial year end? Let me check. Ended 30 June 2022. These are the opening balances. My opening balances, I have a balance brought down of how much? 2,500,000. This, it is my balance at beginning of 2,500,000. Retained income 950. I have my balance brought down of how much? 950,000. SARS income tax, the credit amount, my credit balance brought down of how much? 17,000. I have my shareholder for dividends of 125,000. I'm done. On 1st July 2022, 1st July, the beginning of the financial year, the company issued a further 200,000 shares, ordinary shares, at 6 Rand each. Or the company issued a further 200,000 shares at 6 Rand 40 each. The proceeds of the issued shares were banked. They were banked under my CPJ. How much was banked? They said I sold 200,000 shares. I sold 200,000 shares at how much? At 6 Rand 6,4, 6 Rand 40 cents, which is 200,000 multiplied by 6,4. How much? I have issued them at 1,280,000. SARS and shareholders were paid. SARS and shareholders were paid the amount due. The first transaction for SARS and the first transaction for shareholders, you must pay this 125,000. And you must pay as bank this 17,000. I taught you on 2022 question paper and activity 1 and 2. The company paid provisional tax payment of 270 and interim dividends of 20 cents. Okay? Now, I told you the best way it is to use this table. When you are using this table, it gives you all the answers. I forgot to transfer this one. They said 200,000 additional shares, right? Additional shares at how much? At 6 rand, comma 4. They gave me how much? 1,280,000. This and this is this and this. Am I right? Now they say the company paid provisional tax payment of 270. We paid using the bank. How much did we pay? 270,000. And interim dividends on 20 cents. Where do you go for interim dividends? You go on your table. They say per share. How many shares did you issue by 31st December? I go here. They have issued interim. I don't have anything here. I don't have anything here. I have this too. It means per share interim dividends of 20 cents. Ke pateletse ke nnile le di-shares tse kae ka di 31 tsa December. Ke nnile le tsa 500,000 le 200,000. Korore it is this plus this. When I say 500,000 plus plus how much? 200,000. How many shares did I have at this time? I had 700,000. I had 700,000 shares. Now, as I still continue, how many shares? It is 700,000. They say they paid 20 cents per share. How many shares did I have? I have 700,000 shares at that time on the 31st December. Therefore, out of this 700,000 shares, they paid 20 cents. To who? As the interim dividend. It is the one that is paid this year. Ke mathomo ko appropriation. Ke I know that. Ke bokae? Where's my calculator? Okay. Ke I know that. Ke bokae? It is 700,000 multiplied by 0.2. Ke bokae? 140,000. Ke beamo 140,000. Ke I know that. Why one? Star, it is my interim dividend. Ke shota ka my final hore ke ise my total dividend to the appropriation account. At the end of the accounting period, the company made a second provisional tax payment of how much? A second provisional tax payment of how much? Of 250,000. The directors declared a final dividend of 60 cents per share. All registered shareholders qualify for the final. I cannot repurchase you. The directors do okay. Baringi, the directors declared a final dividend of 60 cents per share. How many shares had transaction e itla? Ke di-shares tse kae tse ke ditseng ka tsona? Ke ditse ka tsa 500, ke ditse le ka tsa 200, which is ke tsa bokae? Ke tsa 700. A ka deala ka repurchase, a ka deala ka the last transaction. Therefore, when I issue share. Kodini, I issue dividend. Kodi shares tse di leng teng by 30 June 2023. Ke di shares tse kae tse ne ke di issueleng? Ke tse 700. But ke issuele eng? A final dividend of 60 cents. Ke 700,000. Ke issuele bokae? Ke issuele 60 cents. It is 0.60. Ke bokae? 700,000. I multiply by 0.6. Ashi. 420,000. It is my interim. It is my final. Ke batlakantsha. Ke batlisamo. As my dividends. Lena le kanetsela ngwala ka ordinary share dividends. Ke na le 140,000. Ka nna le mang? Ka nna le 420,000. Umfa bokae? He ke 140,000 plus 420,000. Umfa bokae? 560,000. 560,000. Ke ya ko mang? the directors decided to buy back shares from a shareholder at 7 rand per share. The transaction was paid via EFT. They decided to repurchase how many shares? 60,000 shares. They repurchased them at how much? Am I allowed to repurchase shares without knowing the original price of these shares? Pila di shares tse di value bokae? Ha di shares tse di value 5 rand, nna nka di repurchase ka 7 rand. A o kgonale. Tshwanetse ke di repurchase ka bokae? Ka 5 rand. Mara don't forget, ntho ke eng? Ke di shares. Motho is the owner. Ha decide gore yena o nyaka go isa business, tshwanetse re no di reka ka 7 rand. But o are o nyaka bokae? Are o nyaka 5 rand. It is the average price. 2 rand e nngwe yo tswa ka. Now are bona what is the average price? What is the formula for average price? It is ordinary share capital divided by number of shares. It is simple like what? Or not these two. I divide it by these two. How do we calculate the ordinary share capital? O check the number of shares in the thing. Nke ho tshwana kana le ko activity ya mathomo. La hopola repurchase o ka re ne lemo. Ke itse ka reng this divide by this. This divide by this. No ka re o mo ha isale o a le 1 ke o le o. Ko mo divide ka mang ka o le o. To get my average price. Average price aga ke bokae? Ko reng 60 kanekini or 2,500,000. I added ka 1,280,000. I all divided by 500,000 plus 200,000. Umfa average price yaka. Ke calculate 2500,123 plus 1280,123 over 700,000. Ke bokae? My average price. Average price. Ko batho ba babedi ba value 5 rand 4 cents. Which means Leo it ends in 5 rand 5,4. Now dira bokae? Hekere 60,000 multiplied by 5,4. Umfa bokae? Umfa 324,000. Ke bracket. Ke a mo tseya. Ke a mo transfer as my bank. As bokae? 324,000. Ke feditse ka yona. Banong bona ba reng ba re ke di repurchase ka 7 rand. O yena a reng ne o tshentse o di repurchase ka 5,4. Nna ke di repurchase mo ka bokae? Tla ke bo he ke re 7 rand minus 5,4 ke di repurchase mo ka bokae? Ke di repurchase mo ka 1,6. 1,6 e tsule kae? E tsule ka mola. Now ke nyoko itse re ke bokae? How many shares did I repurchase? 60,000. And then out of 60,000, 1,6 ya teng e ya ka mo, which is bank. Bank ya bokae? Ya 96,000. I'm done. Ka transaction ya repurchase. Body method 2 ke dirile ko activity 1 ka dira le ko 2022. E reng the director okay ke feditse. The net income after tax for the year, then who? The net income. The net income after tax. The net income after tax. But income yaga after tax ke bokae? But my net income after tax it is 1 million. 1 million who? 190,000. It is after tax. I'm going to draw my income tax box. Net profit before tax. My income tax. My net profit after tax. Bona ba mfile o mofeng, ba mfile only this guy, but this guy ke 1,190,000. Nna go boditse ka reng re nyaka ba ba kae anything e dealang ka tax re nyaka ba ba 2 a shiba ke net profit before tax, ke nyaka le mang le my income tax, ke nyaka 1, ke nyaka 2 only. A re utlwe ba reng income tax is calculated at 30%. Oh, but income tax ya ke 30%. Now ke tlamo ke a draw my UK method table. Ke nyaka bona can I apply my UK formula? Ke na le net profit before tax. Net profit before tax. Ka net tax it takes up more net profit ingangere. Net profit before tax it is always 100%. I minus my income tax at 80%. Angere go sala ka eng net profit after tax which is 70%. Now bamfile efe arabo bamfile o net profit after tax o ka yena a shule ke 70% go tlase ke ngwala amount wa hae 1,190,000. We want ashile. Can I apply the UK formula? Multiplying with what you want, dividing with what you have. Yes, because can I amount to and its percentage. I can use it. Ke thoma ke reng ke re 1,190,000. Before I multiply with what I want, I must always know where amount to a percentage at ke 70. Therefore 70 ke yona e tlang go tlase. Ke nyaka mang a re thome ke nyaka income tax. Ke nyaka 30. He ke tseya calculate ke re 1,190,000 ke multiply by 30 over 70. 1,180 is right. But ke bokae it is 500. Ke ngwala mo income tax it is 510,000. Now ke nyaka mang ke nyaka o this time what thinking el ne ke nyakile ka the same amount angere ke nyaka ka the different amount angere ke krile income tax ya ke 30,000 ke nyaka net profit before tax ke reng ke re 510,000 ke nyaka ke berekisa income tax ke nyakile ke berekisa net profit after tax. This time ke nyaka net profit before tax ke berekisa income tax. Ke nyaka bona re yo mfitlisa ko teng na 510,000 before I multiply with what I want. Ke a itse this 510 it is 30%. Tshantse 30 e go tlase. Ke molao wa the UK method. Ke apply I multiply with what I want. Ke nyaka man before ke man ashu ke 100%. Ke nyaka 100 I divide by 30. Imfa bokae he ke re 510,000 I multiply by 100 over 30. Umfa bokae 1,700,000 ke a mongwala 1,700,000 o wa minus re verify o bone a ka nyaka di amount tse ka amount 1 ke nyakile o ka nyaka o ka o a re bone di calculations tsa ka di wrong he ke re 1,700,000 I minus 510,000 umfa bokae 1,190,000. I change the rule of the UK method tsenze e dlala ka di amount so e dlala ka di amount as long as wa itse e ke how many percent tsenze di correspond. That's why each and every time when you use the UK method tsenze o plot and hore o kono itse o 70% ke o ke ba tseya ba le 2 o tlotla mo o atlamo e chaile. Now ke a tseya ke tse ka re ke nyaka this 2 o na ba mfile ena fela a ke monyake na ba mfile ena hore a khone nthuso go kreya ba. Now ke nyaka net profit before tax. Give me some guys. Give me some of my profit and loss. Under my profit and loss, kisa bokai, kisa 1,700,000. Under my income tax, kisa mang income tax ashili, ki kisa ramasars income tax. I bring income tax. Ya bokai, ya 510,000. Ke boa ke tlisa go the appropriation as income tax ya 510,000. thousand. I'm done. Transaction ya nngwe ke feditse, ke close di-account tsaka. Le mola ke felletse. Re ka netse ra thomang, a re thomeng 500,000 plus 200,000 ke bokae? Ke 700,000 minus 60,000 ke bokae? Ashi, ke 640,000. It is my balance at end. Hackerini 2,500,000. 2,500,000 plus 1,280,000 minus 324,000. Ke bokae? It is 3,456,000. Ering ke balance at the end. Re verify ka eng? Ka general ledger. Ke tla mo general ledger. Ke a close. He ke close ke reng? 2,500,000 plus 1,280, 123. Ke bokae? Omfa 3,780,000. Ka mo ke na le mang? Ke na le 324,000 a le 1. A ke na o mongwe. Go reng side le a le lekane le side le. Who do I call? Hore a khone re di balance. I call my balance. Carry down. Carry this minus yona amount to you. I minus 324,000. My balance carried down. Ke 3,456,000. He ke ba tlhakantsha sentse ba mfe 3,780,000 to have my new balance brought down. Ya bokae? 3,456,000. Why ba? Ashile dia tshwana why ba? Eki krile ke no thewa so. Eki krile ke berekisa general ledger. The amount must always be the same. Helpful ka lebaka lore o fa the number of shares. That's what I want. Because ke nyaka the number of shares to calculate dividends, ke nyaka the number of shares to calculate final dividends, ke nyaka the number of shares to calculate so gane ke repurchase. Ke sa itseng. La hopola re mo krile bjang? La hopola o re krile bjang hore e tlemo? He ke re 3 million ke I calculate 3,456,000. I divided ka yena o 640,000. Omfa bokae? Omfa 5,4. Have you seen this 5,4 somewhere? Yes. Ashi. Ibile ashi. It is the average price. Tsenze no lekana all the way through. Ke average price. Ke a feta. Ke rang ke close off kwa ke close off ka mo banong. Ke close off ka mo. Ka mo he ke close off ho itsalang a re bo. Let's see. 17,000 plus 510,000. Omfa bokae? 527,000. 527,123. 17,000 plus 270,000 plus 250,000. Omfa bokae? 537. Wa bona re wa ka mo omfa bokae? 537,123. Mara wa ka mo omfa bokae? Omfa 527. Wa bona re le site le fetale. Does the balance sheet allow? The balance sheet will never allow such a thing. I want not one side can be bigger than the other side. Which is kitloring. O fitao. Get 537. I minus this 2. I minus 527,000. Kebokai. My balance carried down. It is 10,000. Or economy for 537,000 to have my new debit balance brought down of 10,000. 17,000 plus 10,000 plus 10,000. Perfect. Ashi. This time ikamu debit. Next year it's hense ke thome ka yona. Ngere wa bona lemo ke thomile ka yona. Mara next year he ke thoma ka yona tshentse ke bank ya ka ke beka ka mo ene ka mo ke ene ke di CRJ ka mo ke di income tsaka ka mo ke di expense. It means for next year he go e beya ka mo tlaba ke receive. Why tlaba ke receive? Because a debit balance ya ko SARS income tax. It means SARS owes you this time ya re kolota. I'm done ka my SARS income tax. Ke tla ka mo retain income o ke feditse ka appropriation, income tax, dividends, profit and loss. Panong ke eme ko bontshitse yona ha o no re nka ema fela. Return income walla a re braka nna ke eme a ke na amount e nngwe e nka e tsentshang. O botsa appropriation a re e tla ko thuse mfe fela di amount tse 2 tse o di tshwereng. A re yes ke tshwere tse 2 a shit. Appropriation a reng mfe tsona ene SVAR o mo fa tsona 950,000 minus 96,000 e ya ko kae? 950,000 minus 96,000 ke bokae? 854,000. ka gore le fetale e tla ka mo 854,000 mara ka goreng o biditse help from the appropriation because o nyaka return ya kamo. Appropriation a re ntlise go thuse ke a isa a ke ise ko balance carried down ke isa ko appropriation as bokae? 854,000 appropriation ka gore under retain income ke ngwetse appropriation ke isa ko appropriation ko ngwalang retain income as bokae? As 854,000. I close off my balances. He kere 854,000 plus 1,700,000 umfa bokae? 2,554,000. Why wonder this side is bigger than this side? Because come again le 510,000 le 560,000 come again le 2 million digas fit. If this side if it at this side ka hore wa hopola ola o vutile retain income a re ke tla o fa balance ya kamo. Now ka re wa bona hore le fetale a ke bitse balance brought down o thuse o busa the favor ke busetsa go kae ko retain ke isa bokae? Ke re 2,554,000 I minus 510,000 I minus 560,000 ke bokae? Ke busetsa 1,484,000 ko retain income. Ashi ke busetsa ko retain income as appropriation. O nthusitse appropriation o tliste amount anger o tliste amount ya 1,484,000 anger o histe go teng he ke plusatse tshentse di mfe 2,554,123. I'm done ka my appropriation e re ke close of retain income because why? Appropriation o mfile di amount ha o no re nka nna lotse pedi fela. So a shu o nthusitse ke re this plus this 1,484,000 plus 950,000 umfa bokae? Umfa 2,434,000. 2 million o feta ba wa mona ke re 2,434,000. This time ke mo o na le di amount tse 4 a o tshwane o ilwile o kanetse wa bitsa mang? O kanetse wa bitsa my balance carry down gore a khone di balance. Ke reng? Ke re this minus this 2 I minus 96,000 I minus 854,000 ke bokae? 1,484,000. This tshentse lekane le this ke appropriation o nthusitse no di tsa ka di a tlhakana 1 plus 1 mfa 2 a se senoko ke accounting 2,434,000 ke tlisa my new balance brought down of 1,484,000. Ase accounting ke snoko ase snoko ke accounting. Welcome to your grade 12 2024 general ledger. Hona le di questions tse dingwe di o botsa hore o re fe price ya tse o di issueleng ashi ke itse ka re this divide by this nako ngwe a ba o fe price so o tlo no re this divide by this o tlo o fa price le mo ke itse ka re this divide by this o mfile price le mo ka re this divide by this o mfile price ha ba o botsise ke e bone go 2022 ke fitile o no re this divide by this o no ya go le side o te drawele table e if also a master mfounele ke tlo ruta master at this table before o ngwala welcome to accounting a se senokonoko ke accounting into 1 + 1 ke 2